It is a trap. That's exactly what it is. When you don't have options, you don't have options. I've got this huge drinking problem. I'm totally depressed. And not knowing how to get out, not having any way to get out. This is real. Like, this little girl is being sold.
Imagine filling out a job application, but not having any previous experience or rental history. Victims of human sex trafficking often find themselves on the bottom rung of society, and then they have to try to climb out of a life they never intended on having in the first place.
Because when I was a little girl, never once did I ever think, like, I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna be a prostitute. I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to be a pilot. Like, I wanted to be those things. But when you come from a shaky background with no structure, it's broken.
And with not enough money to pay the bills, Amanda Forrest started dancing at a strip club. She became an easy target for human sex traffickers to exploit.
They're almost always coerced. They're almost always just manipulated into it.
Often without even knowing it.
I didn't recognize that those were things that were happening. I mean, we went to other states with, guys who were supposed to be our boyfriends, and they were going to take care of us, and we were just going to go for a little vacation and it was going to be okay. And then we're in another state and we need money. And so this is how we made money.
Amanda knew she wanted a different life.
It's just they're psychologically chained up to this way of living.
But she lost her best friend in a deadly car accident.
And I didn't know how to handle that.
So Amanda started drinking heavily.
My problem was absolutely alcohol.
And she didn't have anybody to turn to.
Mostly it's just fear-based. They hook the girls with the love, but then they replace all that with fear.
In an effort to make enough money to buy a car, Amanda traveled to Williston, North Dakota.
Where the oil boom is happening, baby. It's the Bakken.
But that quickly turned into a dangerous situation.
These guys turn me out, sell me for an 8-ball. And the guy who's pretending to be my boyfriend is like, you have to do this for me.
However, in North Dakota, Amanda also met Wendy Lazenko.
She's like, no, you're a victim of sex trafficking. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I just did what I did, making ends meet. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're out of your mind. And she said, okay.
Then Amanda started flipping through some pamphlets, and it hit her.
That happened to me, that happened to me, that happened to me.
She identified 15 sex trafficking red flags that she had experienced.
I'm like, maybe this lady's not crazy. Maybe, there's something legitimate to what she's telling me.
But after her experiences in North Dakota, Amanda became extremely depressed.
A lot of times the victims will develop post-traumatic stress disorder. They'll have a lot of anxiety, depression. They'll feel suicidal, but they're doing everything in their power, using all their coping mechanisms, no matter how unhealthy they may be, to survive.
And back in Idaho, it didn't take long for traffickers to seek out and target Amanda.
If people are buying, they're going to find a way to supply that demand.
But this time, Amanda realizes what's going on.
So this guy's trying to groom me and pimp me out, and I recognize what's happening at this point.
And on the outskirts of Nampa, Amanda met a little girl who was being trafficked.
That scared me. Those people scared me. That changed my life.
The little girl told Amanda that she wasn't allowed to leave.
Because surely this 11-year-old little girl can't be being sold for sex, and this guy's just talking to me like it's like a conversation that normal people have.
But that's the game.
It's all about money and maybe power.
Amanda says she called law enforcement, but the little girl disappeared by the time the cops arrived.
And what do? And that just reinforced even more that I did not want to be a part of that lifestyle anymore, that I did not want to go back, that I needed to change, that it was time to change.
And this time, Amanda got help.
Really started digging deep inside me and using the resources available to me. And when I met Inside Out, it was just like,
Got a support group.
Yeah.
That support group makes a world of difference.
You're not easy to exploit. You're hard to target.
Moving forward, Amanda hopes to bring a voice to those who get stuck in the shadows.
Help and encourage them to move forward in life and walk away from all of the pain and trauma that they've experienced and recover as best they can, and go live the life that they wanted when they were a kid. What did they want to be when they grew up?
And this summer, Wendy Lazinko will be in Idaho to help Amanda Forrest start a foundation of her own in the ongoing effort to fight human sex trafficking.
I always was like, when she's ready, I want to work with her, because she's got a very powerful insight, and the way that she approaches this subject is just so articulate, and she truly cares. So yeah, I'm very honored that I get to mentor her through this process.
Steve Dent, 6 on your side.